Hey, how'd you guys like to have a really cool website for yourself? Maybe a blog, an online store, Squarespace, an all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create a professional website, blog, portfolio, and now an online store. Squarespace introduces a new commerce solution that allows you to instantly create a store and start selling products. Squarespace Commerce provides a powerful and flexible e-commerce solution integrated to work with every Squarespace template, allowing sales for both physical and digital goods. For example, you can sell music CDs or MP3s, hardcover books, or ebooks. Squarespace has a fast merchant account setup so that you can accept payments right away via credit or debit cards. Get paid, green bills, dividends. Get it from Squarespace. Single interface for order management, tracking orders, providing customer email updates, printing, shipping labels, and adding coupons. Squarespace Commerce is included with a business plan subscription, which starts at $24 per month when you sign up for 1 year. For a free trial and 10% off for your first purchase on new accounts, go to squarespace.com/jmohr. That's squarespace.com/jmohr and use the offer code J3, Jay3, or go to fakemustache.com and click on the Squarespace banner in the More Stories page. Everything you need to create an exceptional website. Odds are you're most productive when you're working from your desk. So leaving just to go to the post office, that can slow you down. It stinks. That's why you need Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own computer and printer. Stamps.com will send you a digital scale, automatically calculates the exact postage you need for any letter or package, any class of mail. You will never waste valuable time going to the post office ever again. Do everything right from your desk with Stamps.com. Print the postage you need, put it on the letter or package, then just hand it to your mail carrier, and you're done. I use Stamps.com. You should too. Send things to my show. Write me a letter using Stamps.com. I'll read it right now. Use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for this special offer. No risk trial, plus $110 bonus offer that includes the digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. Stamps.com, enter Mohr.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Phil Hendrie.
Hendrie, yeah.
Like how the little kid, when he meets Henry Hill in Goodfellas, he goes, "How you doing, Hendrie?"
How you doing, Hendrie? Right.
You think that kid
Hendrie,
that?
you want some cigarettes or something? No, we're going to steal those. Right.
No, right in there.
Right in
Fast
there.
forward 20 years.
Oh,
right in there.
Back there.
Jimmy, I'll come back later.
First of all, you, Phil Hendrie, for those of you that don't know, get out of your shoe that you live in. The most impressive, and
that's the head of Cumulus and Clear Channel.
Those are the people. The Cumulus, Clear Channel, Fox Sports Radio. You, for people that don't know, I got to clue these people in. And I'm not washing your balls. Everything I tell you is going to be sincere. The single most impressive radio show I'd ever listened to in my life for 15 years when I discovered it on was the Phil Hendrie show when you were on, I think you were on 570 at night.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
Over on
Do you remember that job that you had?
So that was a really great gig because we had been on a news talk station, KFI, which was a great station. But when they moved us to sports, it made sense because sports radio is guy radio, basically. And if you're doing humor that, what's the difference? Look, rarely can you fool a comic. You know what I mean? We're tough to fool. In terms of what?
Just gags, like we see a gag coming a mile away. It's like
yeah.
hearing a goddamn train coming down from the Santa Fe line. You're like, oh, here comes that gag. Here comes this radio gag, especially radio gags.
Oh, yeah.
And wrestling turns, we see him coming along. Oh, he's going to be a heel. I can feel it. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, look out. Your show, I was unable to differentiate on the Phil Hendrie radio show, which is now a podcast, the Phil Hendrie podcast, Hendrie.
Right.
Hendrie.
Just remember Hendrie.
How you doing, Hendrie?
Yeah.
I was unable to differentiate between actual guests you had, actual callers you had, and actual experts you had. And at times I thought, he's doing every single voice on the show, and I thought, that's impossible.
Would have been easier if I'd done that, if I seriously, because getting the callers is the toughest part, and it also impinges on the effectiveness of the show, because we're doing a character. See, I always found, to me, what was really funny was to create a reality as close to reality as you could, and then throw something completely weird into it and react to it the way a sane man would. So if you have a guy saying, yes, I fly for United Airlines. And so what did you say? Well, I mean, you're going to, obviously it's going to be tough to understand, but we saw goblins at about 700 miles. Goblins getting sucked into a turbine, yeah. No, I can tell you don't believe me.
Well, no, I never even heard the word.
Are you patronizing me?
No.
Because that's all I can see it.
I think the listeners have a hard time believing that you saw goblins, that's all.
I don't blame them. And that's why I'm here to warn you. So you're working into it like that. And
you
we
would
get the
be
call.
you.
Most people will call and say this. At first, I thought you guys were serious, but now I know you're joking. The call we got was, at first, I thought you guys were joking, but now I know you're serious.
And for the listener to this podcast, what I was just doing is what you would be doing.
Right.
So maybe I should let you do it. But I was just on the Bobby Dooley podcast, which is on the Phil Hendrie network as well.
Well, we can do a little of that.
Well, let's ease into that. But
it's your podcast now.
No. Please, honey. You and I got news for you. I ride with you for life. The moment I stepped into that podcast, it was like being on acid. I came home and I told my wife that was like being on acid.
It was a lot of.
You would interview a guy from United Airlines. Mm-hmm. You would be the straight guy. You'd be the United Airlines guy. And then you'd have to be some conflicting expert with a make-em-up voice. Then the callers come in to start arguing with your guests.
Yes.
So they're arguing with imaginary people.
They're arguing. And we would have psychologists calling up and arguing with imaginary people. We had psychics call up. And that would be the fight. At the end of the show, I'd say, we just had a psychic call, and she was arguing with a made-up guy. So I think that's some kind of a height that we've hit there, isn't it? It's a transcendent moment, I think.
It was
Terry Brill joins us now. Terry, I'm getting that you're unhappy, aren't you, Wayne? Yeah, ma'am. And I'm taking a sip of water. So and psychologists, things like that, or Larry King, for instance. We called Larry at his house. We didn't put him on the air, but we said, Larry, this is Bob Green. I'm the general manager of WIOD. I saw you with Don Shula, and you were ripping our station pretty good. Larry used to be on IOD in Miami when we had him on. I'll go on your show, Bob. Sure. Larry, I can't believe what you did. And I started to cry. And there's Larry King, the Bob Green characters. And I can't believe you had Don Shula on your show. Are you crying now? Is that what's going on here? You're crying, huh? Why'd you go cry with Neil Rogers on WIOD? So that's on our best of CD, somewhere from 95. We had Larry on there, and anybody that's myopic, and talk show callers are very myopic. They're into their thing. They're waiting to get on the air. They want to talk to Jay, and they don't care about anything else. If
you say, happening. How are you doing? They ignore how are you doing.
Hi, Jay.
They just launch right into it.
They'll even get their name wrong.
How you doing? Bellflower, listen.
Yeah. They've already rehearsed it. So
how do you pitch a show like that where you... Where did that start? Where did your show start where you're playing all these characters? Because it really is performance art.
Well, it started, when I was a disc jockey for 17 years, and I was really keeping my instincts under wraps because they were so bizarre. Everything that I wanted to do on the air was just, I didn't have the guts, Till finally I got fired for the 9th time, and I went into talk radio, and I said, well, I'm just going to let it go where it's got to go. And if people think that I need to be in a padded cell, then, so one day I came into the station, and the Iraq War was starting. The Gulf War build-up, Desert Shield was starting. And so I thought that was to go on, Phil Hendrie is sick tonight. My name is Raj Fanin, and I want you to know my country, Iraq, is good country and this and that and this and that. Well, what you're doing is you're taking a voice and you're throwing it into an already lit barbecue, which is the American people at that point were already, there was flammable material there.
Right.
Now you throw in a big can of gasoline, which is, Saddam Hussein, let me tell you, my president, they had his picture on toilet paper. What do you think of that? That's not good. So now people are calling. And Greg was my engineer at the time. He says to me, what do you want me to do? There's people calling for the Iraqi. I said, put them through, So that's how it started, And then so we...
Wait, that was the first time that you really let your strange personality loose?
And then actually let people talk to him who thought he was real and fucked with, can we say, we can't
fuck, cunt, motherfucker, cock shit.
The fucking cocksucker that I worked
cunt.
for at the time is a guy by the name of Bob Fox. I'm kidding, Bob. I'm not, I'm not though. There we are. And I'm saying, yes. And, well, I don't know who you are or where you're from, but this guy, our country, what did you do to Sitting Bull? Look what you did to Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull? So that's when
So you would actually be one of the callers as well?
No, I was just the guest.
And so people would call and get that angry?
Yeah. Getting that angry, getting that psychotic.
Do you ever have to plant calls to get the ball rolling?
Never planted calls.
Is there ever a topic that you think is going to catch fire and doesn't? And
always.
It's
always,
odd, right?
Yeah,
so you don't know what's going to heat up.
Well, over the course of the years, Jay, I learned I tried to learn and I tried to execute. It was always a topic had to be organic. It had to be really emotionally charged. It had to be current. Had to be somehow hitting that word, that zeitgeist. That word that people talk about. What it is what's everybody thinking about at the same time right now? What's the most optimum topic? And a lot of times it can be work. I was driving to work one day in January. It's pissing down rain. The Super Bowl's over. There's nothing going on. And I'm thinking, well, there's only one thing people are really thinking of right now, and it's work or home. So we launched into a topic about, I think it had something to do with the can. Bob Green is a grocer in Buena Park. And a lot of the ladies take these extended bathroom breaks, so I took to putting a poster on the inside of the stall door. Well, what is it? It's a picture of me, and I'm staring, but these women were complaining that it was invading their privacy. It's a picture. I'm not really seeing them. And women started to call saying that is rather invasive. He said, why? It's a picture of me. I can't see you. The picture's looking at you. Well, it came out that the eyes would follow you. He had it made, so, and
you
so.
You would always peel the onion at
at some point.
You're like, you are the master of you think it's getting stale? Here's a layer weirder.
Yeah. Well, he's the same guy one of the ladies had written Bob Green has a small penis or something in graffiti in the women's bathroom. So like a child, what do? You draw an arrow to that comment and then the arrow to your comment, which is, you're a whore. And that's what he was doing. He'd say, well, I had to respond to this. This was in my bathroom. I paid for that facility. Well, what did she say? Well, she said I had a small penis. So I drew an arrow to my comment, which was that I had a large one. And suddenly we realized this man is engaged in the same juvenile tactics that these people are. And the people are calling and saying, don't you understand that you're acting like a juvenile too? No, hold on for a minute. No, I'm keeping the juvenile behavior at a minimum by responding with the arrow. Well, that's what you do when you're drawing graffiti.
Those are the rules of graffiti.
Yeah, the rules of graffiti,
Have you ever met listeners that now are in on it that can't believe? Because I was snowed for a long time, and I was certain somebody, I don't remember specifics, but I was certain people had to be real. And I thought you had some real shows and some make 'em up shows, but there was never a real show.
No.
For how long did you do this?
For 16, 17 years.
If you had to estimate, you can be off by 1,000. How many callers would you say you've ever had on the Phil Hendrie radio show?
You mean actual real callers?
Yeah.
Well, it isn't the volume, it's the quality, but I would say we'd average 3 or 4 an hour. Right. For a 3-hour show over the course of 17 years. So
thousands of people.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Thousands of people spent time calling a show.
Talking to an imaginary voice.
That was a complete thing in your head, imaginary. It's really like if Carlin had his druthers, what he would have done had he stayed in radio in the Air Force.
Probably.
Hippy Dippy Weatherman, Al Sleet, and all the other guys. Yeah. Except you didn't have specific news. You took it outside, you had a whole thing about work.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
man.
well, see, I don't like talk radio.
And why did you leave radio? Why are you doing podcasts? Thank God you are.
I mean, I'm still doing a show, but it's not with a very good company, and I had to because
I think I know why you've been fired 9 times.
Well, I mean,
not a good company, Jay. In fact, they're Jews.
Exactly. This is the reason, and we did a great many.
Hey, how'd you guys like to have a really cool website for yourself? Maybe a blog, an online store, Squarespace, an all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create a professional website, blog, portfolio, and now an online store. Squarespace introduces a new commerce solution that allows you to instantly create a store and start selling products. Squarespace Commerce provides a powerful and flexible e-commerce solution integrated to work with every Squarespace template, allowing sales for both physical and digital goods. For example, you can sell music CDs, Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own computer and printer. Stamps.com will send you a digital scale, automatically calculates the exact postage you need for any letter or package, any class of mail. You will never waste valuable time going to the post office ever again. Do everything right from your desk with Stamps.com. Print the postage you need, put it on the letter or package, then just hand it to your mail carrier, and you're done. I use Stamps.com. You should too. Send things to my show or MP3s, hardcover books, or ebooks. Squarespace has a fast merchant account set up so that you can accept payments right away via credit or debit cards. Get paid, green bills, dividends. Get it from Squarespace. Single interface for order management, tracking orders, providing customer email updates, printing, shipping labels, and adding coupons. Squarespace Commerce is included with a business plan subscription, which starts at $24 per month when you sign up for 1 year. For a free trial and 10% off for your first purchase on new accounts, go to squarespace.com/jmohr. That's squarespace.com/jmohr and use the offer code J3, Jay3, or go to fakemustache.com and click on the Squarespace banner in the More Stories page. Everything you need to create an exceptional website. Odds are you're most productive when you're working from your desk. So leaving just to go to the post office, that can slow you down. It stinks. That's why you need... write me a letter using Stamps.com. I'll read it right now. Use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for this special offer. No risk trial, plus $110 bonus offer that includes the digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. Stamps.com, enter Mohr.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about